Hello gentlemen, today I'm going to break down a play for you that can glitch out an outside cornerback, and then I'll also give you some plays to mix in to make this a complete scheme. But first, let me know in the comment section what you guys currently think of Madden 25. I'm very curious what the general perception is of the game right now. I definitely have my own opinion of the game, and I'm just going to keep that to myself for now. I'm more curious what you guys think and the reasoning behind why you think that. So yeah, leave a comment and then let's get into the video. Okay, so the playbook we're going to be working out of today is going to be the Seahawks playbook, and the formation is going to be gun deuce. Now the reason for that is we have RPO read flat wheel, and RPO reads are still extremely glitchy. So let me go ahead and break down this play for you. So I'm going to briefly explain why RPO reads are glitchy to begin with. So the main reason is it combines an RPO with a read option, and that becomes problematic for the defense because there's going to be a read key and a pitch key on a potential passing play. So in some cases, depending on who the read key player is, if it's a pass, he has to respect the read option and play his read key or pitch key before he actually covers his assignment. So the reason that this play is kind of glitchy is if they're playing any kind of press defense, what's going to happen is that outside cornerback on the right is now in a pitch key, and oftentimes he's going to be in a read key. So watch what he does. He's in a outside third. When we snap the ball, you're going to see what happens is he kind of just squats and lets this guy run right by him. Now it's going to be even better if that outside cornerback is in a read key, because if he's in a read key, it literally doesn't matter what he's in. He can be in even a man up. So let's go ahead and man him up to that outside receiver. And when he's in the read key, he is still going to give up this for a one-play touchdown. So if you're on defense, the basic solution is just do not press, and that's going to prevent this one-play touchdown. But if you're the one doing it and you want to still move the ball, it's actually very simple. I'm going to show you the counter to them leaving their cornerbacks backed off. So what we're going to do is just audible to a different play, and all we're going to do is put the outside receiver on a speed out, and you're going to see we can throw that literally all game. If they want to play backed off, then we can throw that against anything. That's even a backed off man coverage. The only thing that is really going to cover it is like a backed off hard flat. But if they're doing that, we have other plays to go to really exploit that. So you're going to see, throw the speed out again, get your free 8 yards. If you guys are struggling to win games in Madden 25, go to acemadden.com, become a member, and we will definitely help you out with that. We provide detailed schemes, premium tips, and full Discord access, so we make sure that you're on the same page as us and you are competing at the highest of levels. So right now you're watching highlights from the Miami offense that I dropped the other day, and I also just posted part 2 for this Miami offense. So if you guys are a member, go check out part 2, and if you're not, use code Miami for 25% off on your monthly membership. You'll gain access to all of the schemes we have for Madden and College Football 25. So now I'm going to break down some route combinations that you can use out of different plays to make this into kind of a full scheme. So the first play is going to be corner goes flat. And the great thing about this play is we have both a tight end zig. So zigs are just extremely rare and valuable in this game because you can't hot route them. And having them from the tight end is just really good. So we have a zig on the left, and then we have a return route from A. So that's basically like a reverse zig. And the first route combination is going to be in route one of your receivers. It doesn't really matter. In this case, I'm just going to do X. And then we're going to stem him up 5 times. So Y, X, LB, and then keep holding it. Left stick up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't see it stemming, but there you go. And then you can block your running back if you'd like. And all you're going to do is just read your zigs first, your zig and your return route. And if you like it, you can hit it. Let me get off this linebacker so we can actually take a look at the coverage. But just in route. There we go. Let me get on a defensive lineman. And just read the zigs. That's all you have to do. And then if the user stays shallow, well, we're going to hit the dig over the top. Okay, do it again. Let's say they stay shallow. Okay, we hit the dig. Well, we got pressured, but the dig is going to separate versus both man, and it's going to get over a hook zone, a stock hook zone. So just like that. That's going to be the first setup. And then an alternate setup you can do for this play is put your weak side tight end on a post. So your weak side is going to be the side opposite your running back, because the running back side has 3 players and then the other side has 2. So that is the weak side. So we're going to put Y on a post. So that's now going to be a high-low between him and the return route. And then we're going to put the weak side receiver, which is X in this case. Remember, 2 players on that side. So that's the weak side. Put him on an in, just like we did with the first setup, and then stem him up 5 times. So it should look just like this. You can put the running back on an in route, and this is going to have a little bit more potential for a big play due to the tight end post. So you can check it down to the running back on the in route if he gets out of the backfield. The other check down is going to be the return route. Nobody gains separation there, but typically somebody's going to gain separation. We have 4 man-beating routes on this play. And the dig is going to be probably the most consistent. Have a look again. There's the post. He separates this time. And if they're sending a cover 0 blitz at you, you can block your running back. Him being on an in route is not necessary. And as for the depth of the deep dig, it doesn't technically need to be 5 stems up. You can even do 6. You can even do 4. I just find 5 to be best. Okay, run it again. So in this case, it would actually have been better for it to be 4, because the safety wouldn't have been so close to it. Run it again. Here's a return route as a check down. That's going to separate versus man. And it's just really nice to have this in route and the return route as check downs. Just very good spacing. So that's going to be the alternate setup. The next play is going to be exit PA wheel. And this first setup is mainly for attacking a zone coverage. So I'm going to come out and cover 3 sky. And the setup is very simple. All we're going to do is find the strong side receiver. So remember, the running back side is the strong side. So B, put him on a corner route, which is a C route. And the great thing about this play is we have this tight end on a cheat route. So he's going to full sprint, and then he is going to clear out the third for us. And the flat zone actually played that pretty well. He isn't quite there, and it just kind of depends on what kind of zone drop they have. But you see how the tight end will clear out the outside third for us and give us this window along the sideline for the C route. So again, the counter to this is just kind of having good zone drops. But just click on add catch it and get your catch along the sideline. Now, something I haven't mentioned yet is that I am running these setups between the hashes, and I recommend running your strong side to the wide side of the field. Now, the reason I've been doing it between the hashes is I don't think these setups are too dependent on that. But there is going to be a difference. Like if you try to run this to the short side, it is going to be worse. So let's have a look. But if you run it to the wide side, it is going to be better. But if we know they're in man coverage, I'd much rather run a man-beating concept. So what we're going to do here is drag the strong side tight end. We're then going to corner out the weak side tight end. And then we can run it just like this. You know, you can block the running back if you don't want to run the play action, but I'll just run it for now. And all of these routes can separate versus man coverage. We have the corner route that you can throw. You have the drag, you have the crosser, and the post. All of them can separate. Do it again. There's your post. It does depend what kind of man coverage they're playing. Like if they're playing a cover 2 man, this is going to be a little bit more challenging to throw. I've put him on a post instead of a corner route. That's my bad. Weak side tight end on a corner. Drag. Let's block the running back so we don't have the play action this time. Just trying to hit the crosser. Just taking a second for him to get across the field. Obviously, pressure is going to make this a little bit more difficult. The guy in the middle of the field is sitting because we're blocking the running back. Now, if you want to send your running back on a route, like they're not playing a cover 0, and you just want to, you know, get that linebacker out of the way, I would say probably put him on a table route in this case. That's going to provide the best spacing possible. So you're going to see the crosser in that case is going to be a little bit more open, faster, because the linebacker is now out of the way. He is not just squatting in the middle of the field. Check it again. Just like that. And the last play I'm going to break down is going to be chip PoCo X Dig. We'll just run this against random because this is going to be good versus both zone and man. And this is basically just going to be a dagger concept, which I've mentioned multiple times that I think is my favorite coverage or favorite coverage beater in Madden and college football. So what we're going to do is find the weak side receiver, which is X. We're going to stem him up 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There he is. Put the weak side tight end on a streak and then drag the strong side tight end. And this is going to be your setup. So you can look for the drag first. If you like the drag, just take it. Get your 10 to 15 yards if they're playing, soft zone. But oftentimes, people are not going to cover this dig. He's just going to be open constantly. Out of all the games I've played, this is the most open route consistently. Users just do not drop back here. Like a really smart player might switch stick or whatever. But in general, that is going to be the most open route in the game, in my opinion. Run it again, and it's against both zone and man. It does not matter. They have to have like very far back zone drops on their yellow zones, on their hook zones. And people do not run that. They just keep default pretty much for majority of the game. So just like that, there's going to be your chunk play. Just look to hit this deep dig or the drag underneath. Anyways, that's going to be it for this game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Drop a like if you did. It really helps the channel out. And then if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. I am posting daily Madden 25 content. See you guys in the next one.